Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just coming across my channel, I talk about agricultural businesses and other business opportunities. But today I just want to talk about the north and the south. What is happening between the north and the south? The food blockage where the north have refused to bring food supply from the north to the south. And there's also the story that at the cross border around Jebba, people are actually turning back trucks bringing food from the north. They are not allowing them to enter the south. What effect does it have on those of us in Lagos, Ibadan, or in the southwest in general? I just left Abattoir. If you're on the mainland, you will have heard about Abattoir around Agege axis, and what I can say is that place is as empty as a graveyard, for lack of better words, and it is not the way it used to be. On a normal day, they kill at least 1,000 cows in Abattoir every day, every blessed day. And I got there from the entrance and even the carrying space, I can only see 3 empty trucks. Yes, 3 empty trucks without anything inside that is being parked in the parking space. Now when I entered into the market itself, I can actually count the number of cows inside. I can count the number of cows in the market, and even all through the period I was in the market in Abattoir, I can say I did not see any goats inside. This is as a result, and I was chatting with, unfortunately I was not allowed to film. I just used some style to film a part just for you to see how empty it is. And I was chatting with one of the guys selling cow there, and he said there is no cow inside, that trucks are not coming in, and they don't know the time when they are going to allow trucks bringing cows, goats, ram and other livestock animals. They don't know when it's going to enter into the market. What effect does it have? It means in coming days things are going to become more expensive, which is more expensive. So when I just got closer to people, that one person that came to price cow there, and the cow was, on a normal day, the cow was supposed to sell for around 300,000, and it has increased by it has like 70,000, 80,000 increase compared to if there was no food blockage or anything. From there I went to another market which sells tomatoes, pepper, onions and everything else. Just like Abattoir, that place is also empty. Like when I say empty, there is no pepper, no food ingredients inside. What effect does it have? It's going to affect the south and it's going to affect the north, because the biggest market is in the southwest. Those that are coming from the north, they bring all their produce down to the southwest to sell. So those in the north will not be able to sell anything, and what this implies is that, one, the goods will keep perishing because they are perishable goods. Tomatoes, onions, pepper, they will perish. Then two, there will be no money at the end of the day. And for the south, for those in the southwest, in coming days there will be scarcity of food ingredients. Fine, we can do away with cow. It will just make people shift their attention to fish and maybe poultry beds, and in the long run there will be increase in the demand of poultry beds in the southwest. And what we have in the southwest is not even enough to cater for everyone here. So it is some of it, it is like a good news to people here, because it will open the eyes of people to say, okay, let us go into farming. It's going to take a long while, but people will start the process of, okay, let's go into poultry farming, let's go into fish farming. So for those that have been in the business of poultry, it is like an eye-opener for them to even want to push more. And for those in fish farming, same thing as that, because more people are coming to join the business. And for those that have land that want to go into planting, to open doors for even business opportunities. People in the rural area, like in the villages, people will now go to like places like Ibadan or Osun, or your town, like inside of your Osun, to start planting all these things. And so it's going to open the eyes of people to see that they plant more and not want to rely on things that comes from the north. So it's a win-lose situation on the side of the northern states and also the side of the southern states, but it's going to take time before this come into reality. So gradually we are shifting the paradigm from depending on the northern state to bring produce produce for us. But before that, at least it's going to take at least a year or two before we can say we have what can circulate to feed those in the southwest. It's not a good thing for us because it's more or less like a war in the making, which we wouldn't like, but it's also an opening to business opportunities for those of us that are talking about going into agriculture. This will be an eye-opener for everyone that have the capacity to go into agricultural business, to start something, even if it's at the back of your house. And technology has even made things easy. You can start something at the back of your house that you don't even have to go the traditional way of doing these things. So but for now, we'll still be buying things as expensive. So like I said, the market where they sell tomatoes and the market where they sell tomatoes, pepper, onions is empty and there's scarcity. I visited a food vendor that sells food in my area, and the only thing she's selling for now is fish and pomo. That's because there is no meat, and the meat is expensive. So she mentioned that why will I buy meat that at the end of the day I'm going to make loss? So it doesn't make sense. So if you are thinking of going into agriculture and you have been procrastinating, now is the best time to start the process and go into either poultry farming or fish farming. I have various videos that will guide you on starting any of these two businesses. Just start now, and we hope this doesn't last long. We are hearing that they are coming because of the loss that they've made, that in like less than a week that this food blockage has started, they've lost over 10 billion naira. So hopefully they will have to reconsider that. Okay, they will have to start bringing food produce to the southwest so that they don't have to lose more than they've lost. But even at that, there is no guarantee that what has happened now will not happen again. It is now left for us to say, okay, let us plan for future occurrence, because it's still going to happen. The northerners will stand up one day and say, oh, they are using our head. The southerners will stand up one day and say, oh, we are not buying this thing again. I'm not preaching against war. We want one Nigeria, but sometimes we need to look at the possibility of the negative and the positive side of everything. So if you want to go into agri-business now is the time to stop procrastinating and start that business. I just want to let you know that start small, grow little by little. Hopefully in the coming days there will be an agreement between the north and the south, and food supply will start coming in. What is left to sell at this point is not enough to consume for people, so that there won't be the problem of starvation and people dying of hunger and buying at black market rates. People are already buying at the pepper at black market rate. If you see how much pepper they sell for the price that they sell now, you'll be amazed, because there is no pepper. So it is what is left that people are buying, and it's not going to I'm not sure it's going to last long if they don't bring any new supply in. So we pray this, I pray personally there is a resolution between the northern leaders and the southern leaders, so that there will be food supply. And also you will have to start rethinking again and say, this is the time to go into agriculture business as a person. You can say everybody cannot go into agriculture, but as we heard, the consumption, the demand, even from what is coming from the north, the demand is higher, like way higher than the supply. So there will always be markets for whatever you do. So start the business you want to start now. Start that agriculture. If it's fish farming, I have a complete playlist on that. If it's poultry farming, I have a complete playlist on that. And if you want to start planting, that, oh, I want to go into tomatoes, I want to start planting in vegetable, yes, you can do it. There are resources, and I can guide you on how to go about it. So start something now. Start agriculture. It doesn't have to affect your day job. You can start wherever you are. You can start small. You can start even in your house, in your room, and start small. I have people that have started small. So start small and grow little by little, and in like 2 years, 3 years, you will know where you are gotten to. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button, share this video. It will really help. Catch you in my next video. Everywhere is empty, like empty, no cow inside, like no cow inside abattoir, which is very unusual.